I would describe the feeling of coming to Northgate at first as idiosyncratic because I was not used to an environment, a school environment, where God was noticeably the foundation, and that value-based system that's engineered really helped in developing my overall growth and development as a person. Now I'm actively trying to put myself out of my comfort zone and reminding myself that I can't let fear incarcerate me because change is necessary for growth.
Northgate College has provided me with the ability to understand the importance of a balanced life. I learned this through my extracurricular activities that I did throughout the years. My favorite extracurricular activity that I did was Digital Media Club, headed by Mr. Phillips. It was in there that I learned accountability, leadership, and sacrifice.
I appreciated my time at Northgate College because the focus was not only on academics. Through morning assembly on Monday, I could learn life lessons from Bible, and I resonated with it. So I spent time meaningfully every week. I was also involved in sports day. I trained to run fast from several weeks before. On the day of the race, I could see my improvement and I was really proud of myself. These lessons, skills, and the confidence I gained will follow me after graduation. And thank you. 감사합니다.
So from the moment I began my Form 6 process at NGC and started interacting with the staff, I quickly came to realize that everything that I learned inside of Northgate would not only be applicable to my academics, but it would also be valuable for future times. With this in mind, I essentially started collecting all the values and the principles that would be necessary for my move and walk forward. And I realized that it will be utilized for not only present times, but future times as well. I believe that NGC was not only an academic institution facilitating growth, but a community. This made my transition from in-person to online much easier.
In Northgate, I made many friends, and these friends helped encourage me and motivate me, especially during exams. They also helped me become a better person and really aided in my process. When we went onto the online platforms, I nurtured these relationships by always being on calls with them and always talking to them 24/7. The friendships that I made here will definitely last forever.
My Northgate process was enhanced significantly by my friends. They taught me restraint, they taught me discipline, and most of all, they taught me how to have fun, and a lot of fun actually. We always knew when to stop. We always knew where to draw the line in having fun, even though sometimes it took us a little longer than others. We always knew when to tell our friends, you shouldn't do that, you're doing real strippings. In the classroom, we never disrespected our teachers. Outside the classroom, we knew place and time, we knew where to play, when to play, but in the class, we always buckle down and we would do our work. Over the past, especially the pandemic period, the boys in my class taught me that they weren't just slackers, that they weren't just there to play, that they could actually do work. And I saw that the Form 4 to Form 5 period, I saw a major shift in my classmates, in their approach to their studies and their approach to still having fun. I saw a balance that I never noticed in them before, and that's really shone through during the pandemic period.
My NGC friends have always been encouraging and supportive. They have been a good source of advice through challenging circumstances, and they have also taught me how to effectively communicate with others. Although we have switched to an online environment, we have maintained our bonds through phone calls, text messages, and study sessions together. My NGC experience has been a great one, but I have to say my NGC friends have made it 10 times better.
The NGC staff really boosted my confidence, and they really encouraged me to try my best to excel during the process of Form 6. And I feel like they are more than teachers, like every single one of them, from subject teachers to form teachers, even Mr. Pay. Instead of teachers, they feel more like family to me. And they were there with me through the stressful times, through the good times, through everything. They were there, and I feel like I'm really gonna miss the whole NGC family and everyone. Even when I first came into the school, all the teachers and everyone, they really welcomed me, and they didn't make me feel any different to the students who were here for years. And I really enjoyed my 2 years in Northgate College, and I would just like to thank the staff and everyone who were there for me throughout the 2 years and helped mold me into the young lady I am today.
Looking back on Form 1 Okoye, I can definitely say that I was more of a carefree and energetic soul, which resulted in me getting into a handful of sticky situations, which could have easily been avoided if I'd followed the rules. First be short, then be quick. Unfortunately, that didn't always happen, and I allowed for my energy to get the best of me. But with the help of teachers such as Mr. Brown, who introduced me to physical activity, I've gained a love for weightlifting and running. Teachers such as Mrs. Mills, Mrs. Harper, and Mr. Saville encouraged me to put my energy towards my studying in order to gain the academic success that I wanted for myself and that they expected of me. And lastly, Mr. Phillips, who with his dedication encouraged me and helped me to be able to identify the areas where I wasn't meeting the standards and encouraged me to pick up the ball and try again. And eventually I gained my footing and was able to become the young man that I am today.
If I can describe the nature of my relationship with the NGC staff and how it changed and grew as the years progressed and as I matured, two words come to mind: God ordained and deliberate. God ordained because when I entered Northgate College, I didn't have to try hard to fit in. It felt as if God had already gone before me and created a path to connect and build unique relationship with the staff members. Deliberate because even though God created a path for me, I had to take the first step. The practical first step that I took was adapting the position of a student who is always ready to learn. Whether it was learning in general assemblies, personal interactions, and my academic classes, it was always impacting. This helped me to transition to the online environment seamlessly with determination and grit to complete the process.